Are you having a habit of postponing things in your daily life, and your motto is to be perfect and successful? Your first tip is to cut off procrastination. Welcome back to the inspirational platform. We can match your vibe. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel. Procrastination isn't a big word. It's something that we're all facing in our busy life, something we tend to avoid but can't. Have you heard the phrase, your comfort zone will kill you? The same thing happens when you procrastinate a lot. If you're a chronic procrastinator, you know the pain and stress you face at the last moment to complete your task. Even if you expect to or need to achieve or finish a job, you're likely having difficulty getting commenced in the first place. Various techniques can enable you to stop hesitating or procrastinating right now. So we're in a hurry. We're giving you some tips as well as lifestyle modifications that you can make to prevent future procrastination. Hey, you start your work without thinking about the total hours you were given or about to work for. You start. Remind yourself that you've only got to do it for 20 minutes. This will deal with the pressure factor, and you'll likely spend much longer than 20 minutes on your task before you stop working again. If you feel like this 20 minutes still sounds too rough and difficult, do something for just 5 minutes. Once you get up to take a break, it's better to take a 5-minute break. Then you start up on another set of 20 minutes of work. Next tip, do things one step simultaneously so you don't get stressed out. It can be harsh for you to think about completing a whole essay or bringing through an entire week or a month's worth of tasks. Rather than thinking about everything you have to do like one big complication, try to break it all down into tiny bits. You can get started on the minor step and go forward from there. For example, instead of thinking, I need to finish this essay before 9 p.m. tonight, tell yourself, I'm going to make a short sketch. Fill that in, and then look for quotes. Consider trying a specific strategy like Pomodoro, where breaks happen at a planned duration. It's better to avoid making a long, chaotic to-do list. This is just like setting yourself up for disappointment and failure. Rather, you formulate subcategories like home, work, family, and fun, and try to enjoy and make time for a few doors from each list every day. Another effective way is to make lists. Didn't you get the point? I was about to tell you that lists are good. They're fun to make and even more fun to throw out when you're done. Lists are very useful if you can't stop procrastinating because they help us deal with at least two factors that cause procrastination: risk aversion and gains. Let's see, it's like making a list that feels like you're doing something. Bingo! You've got your reward. Striking something after you're done with your list feels good. Hey, you've got another gift. Making a list reduces the chance that you'll forget to do something. Hence, you'll make a mistake and fail. Your brain likes that a lot. You can't make just any list though. As I never tire of saying, lists should be substantial, coarse, and palpable. The first item on your list should be something you can bounce at and instantly do. Don't you know how? Then it shouldn't be the first item on your list. The first thing on your list should be how to do that particular thing. Or instead, browse it on the internet to find out how to do that particular thing. Go for a walk to the library to get books on that topic, or take a class on that topic, should be the first on your list. Then, favorably, the next thing on your list should be something you can look at and immediately do. And do the second, third, fourth, etc. Hence, make a list. Go with the flow. If you cannot start doing something within 2 minutes of reading it on your list, it's not solid enough. Changing your environment is very important. Did you recognize the fact different environments have different impacts on our productivity? Just look at your work table and your room. Do they make you want to work, or do they make you want to curl up and sleep? If it's ruining you, you should look into changing your workspace. Everything around us affects us. It may light up or down our spirit. Realizing this, we should change the things around us that may impact us in a way we do not want them to. Beg the power of those things around us which may light us before it loses their power to switch on our bright side. For instance, if you can't work in public places because of the constant movement and noise, you must find a quiet place to sit down and focus. To avoid putting off and focusing on what you've decided to focus on, try to remove every apparent distraction from your working environment, both physical and digital. For example, you can take your mobile, switch on Do Not Disturb, and then keep it on your shelf or a table that requires you to get up to check it physically. Disable the notifications and alerts on all your devices too. Unplug before you plug in, and focus. Okay, next one is to create a playlist. It'll be good to hear some music to beat procrastination. Create a lovely playlist that puts you in a state of flow with your work. Do you want some playlist ideas? You can go and check out this Spotify playlist and this article, Productivity Music for Focus and Concentration. Recommended playlist. Number 3, build a detailed timeline with the specific deadlines. Having only one deadline for your work is like an offer to procrastinate. That's because we get the impression that we have enough time and keep dragging everything back until it's too late. Better to break down your project than create an overall timeline with certain deadlines for each small duty. This way, you know you must finish each task by a certain date. Your timelines must be powerful too. That is, if you don't finish this by today, it'll spoil everything else you have planned after that. This way, it develops the quickness to act. If you complain that your goals are ceased to function in monthly, weekly, and daily task schedules, and the list is a call to action you must accomplish by the designated date, your goals will be put off. There are so many tips on setting deadlines. Plan the time blocks. If you know that some of your tasks are unsettled, and you have a lot of work to do, take out your calendar and plan some time blocks. This will give you a set time to work and help you to punch procrastination. Understand how to make it work in this guide. Get what makes a difference done by scheduling the time blocks. Number 4, discontinue your procrastination pit stops. If you're hesitating a little too much, maybe that's because you make it too easy to procrastinate. Recognize your browser bookmarks that take up a lot of your time and change them into a different folder that is less available. Disable the voluntary notification option in your email client. Get rid of the distractions around you. We know some people will get out of the way and delete or deactivate their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. We think it's a little harsh and extreme, as dealing with procrastination is more about being familiar with our actions than counteracting via self-binding methods. But if you feel that's what you need, go for it. Don't check your emails and messages. One of the worst things you can do when starting to work is check emails and text messages. Checking emails first in the morning is not good for you. It'll put you in a non-action mood or passive mode. Instead, take out your task list and work on a big task first. Check the messages later. Get rid of social media networks. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, everything. Turn them off to beat procrastination. Concentrate on the task at hand. Give some time yourself. One way to get to work is to set a specific time for yourself to work, say 30 minutes. It's a good break time. After the set amount of time, rest and do whatever you want for a little bit. Then work for a set amount of time again. If you want to avoid procrastination, pick up what works best for you and make that your next action. Okay, so let's stop procrastination. Be more productive. Hope you guys got some good tips to avoid procrastination. Do let us know your issues in the comment section below. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones, because sharing is caring. Do good. See you next time. Until then, goodbye.